Hospitals are meant to heal. They are the last place you'd expect a nightmare to begin. But on a cold February night in 1994, Riverside General Hospital in California witnessed something so bizarre, so disturbing, that it still haunts the medical community to this day. This is the true story of Gloria Ramirez, the toxic woman. Gloria Ramirez, 31 years old, a mother of two, was rushed to Riverside General's emergency room on February 19, 1994. She was suffering from advanced cervical cancer, but what happened next was anything but routine. She was disoriented, short of breath, and her heart was racing uncontrollably. The ER staff moved quickly, but they were about to witness the impossible. The medical team worked fast. They tried sedatives. They defibrillated her heart. One nurse began drawing blood, and that's when the strangeness began. Her body was unusually oily. Her breath emitted a strange garlic-like odor, and inside the syringe floated something horrifying. The nurse holding the syringe suddenly staggered. "I smell ammonia," she whispered, before collapsing. Within minutes, other staff began experiencing dizziness, nausea, even blackouts. A strange, toxic smell lingered in the room. Chaos spread through the ER like wildfire. One nurse, then another. A doctor collapsed while attempting to intubate Gloria. Panic broke out. The ER was turning into a disaster zone. Medical professionals were dropping like flies, some convulsing, others barely conscious. The hospital was forced to declare an internal emergency. What was happening inside that room was beyond anyone's comprehension. The ER was evacuated. Only a skeleton crew and hazmat-like precautions stayed behind to keep Ramirez alive. But within 45 minutes of her arrival, Gloria Ramirez was declared dead at 8:50 p.m. Yet her death was only the beginning of the true horror. The hospital had no explanation, and what came next would only deepen the mystery. In the days that followed, headlines exploded. Gloria Ramirez was dubbed the Toxic Lady by media outlets. Investigators from public health and hazardous materials teams were dispatched. A full decontamination of the ER was conducted. Meanwhile, 5 staff members were hospitalized with symptoms ranging from shortness of breath to tremors and even hepatitis-like damage. Something truly abnormal had taken place. Even in death, Gloria's body was a source of fear. Her autopsy was delayed, stored in an airtight aluminum casket, and conducted in a specially sealed room. Officials from multiple agencies, including the CDC, got involved. But despite all the precautions, no one could explain what caused the toxic reaction. Her organs were too badly deteriorated. Nearly everything had broken down unnaturally fast. Eventually, a bizarre theory surfaced. Gloria had been using DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, as a home remedy for her cancer pain. Investigators proposed that in the oxygen-rich hospital environment, the DMSO may have converted into dimethyl sulfate, a deadly chemical warfare agent. But this theory, while scientific, raised more questions than answers. Why had this never happened before? Why did some staff collapse while others didn't? Was there a deeper truth being hidden? Eventually, a bizarre theory surfaced. Gloria had been using DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, as a home remedy for her cancer pain. Investigators proposed that in the oxygen-rich hospital environment, the DMSO may have converted into dimethyl sulfate, a deadly chemical warfare agent. But this theory, while scientific, raised more questions than answers. Why had this never happened before? Why did some staff collapse, while others didn't? Was there a deeper truth being hidden? Gloria's family was devastated, not only by her death, but by the bizarre theories and sensational headlines. Her body was unrecognizable. Her remains were returned weeks later, heavily decomposed. The public grew paranoid. Was she radioactive, poisoned, victim of secret experiments? The mystery only deepened, while the truth seemed buried beneath bureaucracy and silence. To this day, The death of Gloria Ramirez remains one of the strangest medical mysteries ever recorded. No theory fully explains the scope of what happened. The case remains open in the minds of many, fueling conspiracies, speculation, and fear. Was Gloria just an unfortunate victim of rare chemistry, or something far more terrifying? In the end, Gloria Ramirez became more than just a patient. She became a legend. A woman whose death defied science, terrified doctors, and haunted a hospital. The Toxic Lady remains a cautionary tale, not just of what we don't understand, but of what may never be explained. Some mysteries are simply not meant to be solved. But if this story chilled you to the bone, there are many more waiting in the dark. Subscribe to Twilight Vaulted Tales, where shadows speak, and every whisper has a truth. Click subscribe if you dare.